Hi everyone, I'm Teresa with Retired and Roadtripping. You don't see Dave right now because he's over. We just pulled in to Atchison State Lake in Kansas. He's around the corner setting up camp. The spot that we wanted, we just rolled in, happens to have our fishermen there. So I drove all the way around to make sure there's not anything that I would rather have. David talked to him. He's like, hey, I'm leaving at noon. Dave's like, do you mind if we just pull in? We're going to go do some running in town and find some history to look at. He said, no problem. Okay. So the full campground tour will come later. I'm going to get in, turn around, go pick Dave up. And then I think we're going into Atchison. I heard something about Amelia Earhart and maybe something about Lewis and Clark. Here's a look at what Atchison Lake looks like. The little fisher guy said that they just drained this. I'm not exactly sure what they did to it. They drained it and now it's full. He said ever since they drained it, he has not been able to catch fish. But here we are. The U.S. Army expedition led by Captains Meriwether Lewis and William Clark camped in this vicinity on July 4th, 1804. In honor of the nation's 28th birthday, expedition members fired the swivel cannon on the bow of their keelboat once in the morning and once at the end of the day. During the course of the day, they named two local streams, 4th of July 1804 Creek and Independence Creek. This was the first time they celebrated 4th of July during the expedition. That is Independence Creek right there. Please do not climb on the Earth Lodge. Native American grass. No problemo. It's okay, Banny. Wow. Nice and cool in here, actually. We're going to go across the bridge. This is Independence Creek, and it drains into the Missouri River. All right, this was a great stop. Dave found Independence Creek. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark named it on July 4th, 1802. We are now heading into the town of Atchison. It is hot. It is getting hot. So the dog is ready to get back in the Jeep, in the air conditioner, and we'll see what else we can find. Dave found Amelia Earhart's birthplace home here in Atchison, Kansas. We just love doing this stuff. Like, we just park the truck, we get into the Jeep, David finds things to do, and we just go and do it. We are loving life right now. Now we're down here at the Riverfront in Atchison, Kansas, and we're going to read about the river history. And I don't know if I told y'all back at the other thing, but it's hot. But we're still doing this. Really cute. They got memorial over there we'll go look at. Missouri River of Lewis and Clark's era was wild and unpredictable. It earned the nickname the Big Muddy. Homeland of the Conta Indians. That's the lodge house that we saw. In the spirit of the river and the people, the external flame pays tribute to those who have overcome challenges, explored the unknown, loved and protected the homeland with honor. We recognize the legacy of legends who have come this way. I like that. Map of the Lewis and Clark expedition. We're going to follow that one day. Lewis and Clark walked the shore on this, high above the mountain. We were just there. Dedicated to the women, men and women, and wounded in all our wars and terrorist attacks. That's right. All right, Dave noticed that this railroad bridge seems like it's one of those swing bridges.
An old swing bridge built in 1875. Completed by 1898. The railroad's been using it until after the 1900s. Got damaged in the 93 flood. They get fixed. No, the line was abandoned.
All right, now we're gonna go over here and see what this, we got a memorial. Everything's at half staff. Dave's gonna look that up, find out why we're at half staff. Look at that. Dave just found some more. Why'd they have the swing bridge, Dave?
Because when they used to have the steamboats, paddle boats come up down the river all the way up, past way up north. The stacks were so tall that they had to swing the bridge so the paddle boats could get through.
Oh my, the lynching of George Johnson. 1870, a mob of at least 50 white men lynched a black man named George Johnson in Atchison. 5 days prior, he accidentally injured a white man. The lynch went to the jail. The deputy did nothing to stop him. Shot at him 3 times. Then he placed a rope around his neck, beat him, dragged him to the intersection where they fired more shots and he was still alive. Carried him to the 5th Street Viaduct where they hanged him. Even though a massive crowd of at least 2,000 witnesses were present, no one was ever indicted or held accountable for the lynching of George Johnson. Got downtown Atchison. This looks like a cute, quaint little town. It obviously has some history. I just read about Amelia Earhart was born here. Lewis and Clark down the Missouri River. And after this, we're gonna go find the railroad. And then we're probably going back to camp. All right, the old railroad depot is now a Chamber of Commerce, working men on the railroads, and a visitor center. Check out the big snow plow that goes in front of the train. St. Benedict's Church.
Ball field is down in the bottom.
All right, we're popped up. This is where we've decided to park the truck. We've already got the generator and the air conditioner going. Atchison State Fishing Lake. I'm hoping to have a fire tonight. We're going to have a fire tonight because I needed to cook the corn and the baked potato and the hamburgers. But for now, we're going in. We just got our fire started, getting ready for supper. So Dave said, let's go do a campground review. So we're on the first spot if you come in the second driveway.
Yep.
And Dave, why don't you tell them what you just told me about this going on up here?
I think they're getting ready to do some dirt work up there, clearing up stumps and stuff like that, and they're probably going to grade out a little road and make some drainage ditches, and then probably maybe pull through his campsite and rock it.
Okay, so right now that's 1, 2. This is number 3 spot. There's number 4. They got a fishing dock, vault toilet. We saw an eagle fly earlier when we started up the truck to move it more into the shade. There's a spot. That's number 4. Atchison State Licensing Lake.
State fishing lake.
Fishing lake. Okay, you can tell obviously they are cleaning up, but the guy this morning told us that they drained the lake. There was excess sediment at the bottom of it.
This thing was built in 1957.
Maybe they might be putting a spot there. I don't know what to do about these spots on the window.
I need to clean. Well, we almost need a new windshield. Some of that's windshield chips.
Yeah. Okay, here is this first spot.
Yeah, it's steep.
Down here. It's a nice spot.
If you can get down there, you can back in down that one.
Yeah. Getting here was very hilly. The gravel road was hilly.
Well,
the highway was hilly.
Rolling hills just up from the river bottom, because we're only 6 miles from the Missouri River.
I think there is probably a spot right here, although there's not a... Oh yeah, there's a fire ring over there. This would be a really nice spot. But you'd have to get tucked in right back here for shade, because it has been very... It still feels like 104.
Yep. This arm goes back here further than I thought.
Yeah, there's another spot right there. So I think that's 7. But actually, you can camp anywhere you want to. You know,
Yep.
you just might not have a fire ring, and you might not have a picnic table.
You got a long rig, you might have to pull in and back out.
Yep, there's number 8 down there. Vault toilet over here. 9 is back there. Number 10 is up here. Number 11. Here's some work they've been doing, cleaning up.
Storm damage, looks like they had to clean that to get that rock back.
Storm damage, yep. And then I think this is just a cul-de-sac back here. Yep, just a cul-de-sac. So we're gonna head on back to the camper. We'll pick you up there. We just started the fire. We're getting ready for supper. I decided to cook over the fire tonight. With my luck, it feels like it's 104 outside. But we'll put an end to the video over there. Give you our final thoughts on this Kansas State Fishing Lake. Back down here by the fishing dock. Dave wants to go. He thinks he found a couple more spots.
North of the cabin.
So we're gonna go on and let you see this. The guy this morning, I asked him if he had been catching anything, and he said no. He hadn't caught anything since when they drained it and the water came back. There's our spot. So you just come up here, turn to the left. They have a cabin. I don't know how you get to use that cabin. I'm sure you got to call the state fishing people.
Probably a sign on the door or something when you get up there.
Alright, there's the cabin. Just turn into here. But they used to have a swing on that thing. Yeah, you can tell they're working. This is our first encounter with a Kansas State Fishing Lake, so we don't know if this is normal or not, but you can tell they are putting a lot of work into it. All right, one more spot. we have had our supper, hamburgers, corn, baked potato over the fire.
Yep.
It is sweltering hot here.
Heat index was 104.
Yeah, it was 104. So that's the generator you hear. There's no way I would make it without the air conditioner, and we are so grateful that that little pop-up truck camper we have has the air conditioner. All right, we gotta check on the dog for a second. So we're gonna put an end to this video. Our first Kansas State fishing lake. You can camp at them for free. This is actually our second one. We stayed at Lewisburg Middle Lake. So I'll add that one onto this new playlist I'm beginning, but I'm really looking forward to, I would equal the Kansas State Fishing Lake to the Missouri Department of Conservation area. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, same. About the same thing. Golf
Yeah.
toilets, fire rings, camping spots, in the shade.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
So we're going to look forward to going to see some more of those. And for this one, Atchison State Fishing Lake, we had a lot of fun. Other than the heat, you know, I was really looking forward to sitting around the fire. But unless it cools off a lot and some breeze starts blowing, I think that is going to be a no-go.
Hardly any breeze going out across that water.
Yep. We did enjoy the town of Atchison. Amelia Earhart was born there. Her house is still standing there. We went to the riverboat. David.
Independence Creek, where Lewis and Clark landed back in 1804 or 4th of July of
1802. David found that on his little device.
Yep.
So that was fun to see. Anything else you want to add on this one, Dave?
Swinging railroad bridge.
Yep, that was down at the riverfront.
When it flooded in 93, it damaged the tracks, and whoever owned it abandoned it in 96. So.
All right, so we're going to put a wrap on this one. Anything else, Dave? The only thing I'm going to add, maybe, is that sun keeps going down. I think we're going to get some good shots for sunset and video. So, mosquito.
Far enough east that we're not in the haze of the fires up northwest of us that we've been kind of following up in Canada and Wyoming,
North
Montana,
Dakota,
and the western part of Dakotas. Been just popping up almost every day.
Yep. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, America's beautiful. Get out and see it.
Like, subscribe if you want to.
We'll see you on the road.